Alright, looks okay. Sorry about that. My internet just, like, likes to kill itself randomly during my streams on occasion, which is really obnoxious, but that's life. Oh man, I wish I had a wasteland to punish this, like, Tundra Ponder keep. But I don't, so we're just gonna Stoneforge for sort of fire and ice. There we go. Static Gripped. Static, thanks for the 4-month resub. I appreciate your continued support. Thanks so much. Gotta get a more epic subscriber notification. I'm all ears. I don't have any, like, custom sound bites or anything. This is all just straight from Streamlabs. What would you recommend as my notification? I'm sure Streamlabs makes it pretty easy to set up. If I were just like to input my own soundbite or whatever. Yeah, well, not a good card. Hero Blade. I didn't see that. What deck was he playing? I need to like go back and watch that VOD. Guess I'm just putting in sword here. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. I'm gonna try to play around like Vendilion Click and Disenchant here by putting it in on like their upkeep. I guess that doesn't play around in Council's Judgment though, and these decks don't have Vendilion Click a lot often. Also, we have a second equipment, so getting Vendilion Click isn't horrible. We don't get blown out. D&T versus a dead guy Elbrew with Hero of Blade Hold. Jeez. Opponent fetching mono Tundras. I assume their mana's poor? Like, they let on Tundra Ponder, and the fetch off the Arid Mesa, I think they, like, found a second land. Hopefully they miss a third. Alright, well now, yeah, they're digging for the third land, I think. The most likely explanation. If they miss, they're just fucking gonna be demolished. Because if you miss off a Brainstorm, it just goes so horribly for you. But oftentimes, like, the mono cantrip decks tend to not miss the line drops for some weird reason. Hey. So I kind of want to draw a fourth land here so I can, like, equip the sword if I want and also deploy a secondary threat. If we don't, then I think I'm priced into, like, casting another creature. Actually, I really want to wasteland them and just cast another creature anyway. Like, Flicker Wisp my Stoneforge or something for Batterskull. I actually don't hate that at all. My opponent seems like they're pretty mana taxed. If they just plow this now, I'm just going to cast Crusader instead. Yeah, I'd wisp for the extra card advantage of just, like, getting more stuff. I feel like they do have Plow there. So it's, like, tempting to just play Crusader, but... I mean, playing the Wisp forces the Plow out of their hand, which makes it more likely that I can connect with the sword in the future, at least. Wow, they just let it happen. They could have Terminus on the top of their deck. They just, like, don't want to waste the Plow. But at least we get more garbage out of our deck. Yep, Terminus. Makes sense. Maybe that was an incentive to just equip attack anyway. Not sure. But I really wanted to wasteland them that turn because they could easily, like, not... If they miss a land drop here, I think it's because, like, the things that I was talking about earlier. Oh, they're brainstorming for the land again. See, I feel like this been kind of figuring out exactly what my opponent's trying to do here with how they've fetched lands and such. Oh man, they missed on a brainstorm. This is so good. They could have more cantrips in hand, so it's not the best, but you could go for like maximum punish, Crusader, rather than Ballista for 2. It also lets us like play Ballista for 1+ equip next turn to like make more threats. We're gonna go for, hey, if you don't have a plow, you're really fucked. Equip attack is poor tempo, but it plays around Terminus better because like they have to use a plow and a Terminus to kill our 2 threats. I'm almost positive they have a Swords of Plowshares in their hand. But I think just like playing 1/1 Ballista is fine. And just if they don't have a plow, then this Crusader just gets to demolish them. Might as well. Wow. Opponent thinks giving me 2 extra life is worth giving me the little glimmer of hope. Rude. It's like, oh man, am I about to just demolish my opponent's hopes and dreams? Nope. But we might be able to connect for like 5 in this following turn. Like equip Ballista, smash. Then our hand is Batter Skull question mark at this point. Fortunately, this GTA just fucking sucks. My opponent has a 1 more turn of being brainstorm locked, though. Man, my opponent has like Spell Snare here. That'd be rough. Oh yeah, this Ballista's about to go in. Well, it's about to go in for a lot less. Let's draw Council's Judgment. We'll also accept Flicker Wisp. I'm gonna tap the Tundra for that. Now that we're just like not representing Plow at all. So just play Batter Skull. Just deploy a bunch of threats. Start porting it. I kind of actually just want to start porting their Tundra. I could have like pumped and ported Tundra instead. Maybe that's like a better plan. No, I think I want more power in play than just nothing. This is worse against like a blind Terminus right now. GTA equip port? Maybe. Force pitch Jace. That seems pretty good. I just want to like have more stuff in play because this Ballista's not really going very far in his life, especially with Disenchant existing. Now the unfortunate thing is that I just have no threats, but my opponent also has no mana. Oof, that's pretty good. Chalice on 1 seems pretty strong here. Our little toaster that good. Alright, so basically everything off the top is just gas here. Like, more ports or wastelands are fine. Just anything besides, like, basic planes. We're all out of equipment. Oh, opponent ambitiously casting Snapcaster for their, 12-turn beats. sick. It's going to be really embarrassing if this Snapcaster actually manages to kill me in the next 12 turns. I probably... Yeah, the 2 life might actually cost them. I don't think I cast this Council's Judgment yet. We can kill the Snapcaster if we need to, but I'm more inclined to, like, want to deal with this Needle. But we also, like, don't have anything super expensive in our deck at this point. Yeah, we really want Recruiter of the Guard. That would be a good one to draw. Well, that one's a pretty good one to draw too, especially with this Caracas. It does punish me for like not judgmenting the Needle earlier, but I think that's fine. We can do pretty good work with just like this GT. Sure. First strike kill. I think it was wrong to be conservative. No, I was just mentioning that we got punished there, not that it was necessarily wrong. Just like after we drew the Thalia, it's like, oh well, now obviously I wish I had just proactively killed the Needle. But there's definitely a much better chance that we don't have that line specifically. Ooh, that's pretty good. I'm gonna get pretty aggressive with this GT, I think. And my opponent doesn't have Plow up, so... This just sets me up for lethal next turn. Just cast Recruiter for Recruiter. Thalia's really giving him a beating. Alright, sweet, we got him. So that game was, I think, really important. Just kind of really showcasing, trying to read what your opponent's doing in their early turns. Like, Miracles does not want to play Tundra on, like, the first 4 turns of the game or whatever. And then my opponent going Tundra, Ponder, Keep into, like, Fetch, second Tundra. It really, you just have to, like, kind of read the signals your opponents are giving to you. That, oh, my opponent is really land taxed, so really make use of your wastelands and your ports and stuff during that game. I think that's kind of an important skill, especially in these like very grindy, edging out minimal value matchups like Miracles and like Grixis, where you can kind of try to piece together what's going on in your opponent's hand. Anyway. Game 3, I don't think I'm changing anything. Everything seems fine. Probably shouldn't have been playing out that many extra lands, because I have Cataclysm in my deck. I had like 7 lands in play or something when I could have easily not. But sometimes you want to like play Thalia and equip it and pour your opponent and leave a Caracas and stuff, so... When you're that far ahead, you can afford to like not play around your own Cataclysm. I think we'll just run it back. I kind of like something like this sideboard strat. Although my Relic Order looks supremely weak against my opponent. Yeah, Snap Keep, Hand with File, and also Cataclysm. Normally my opponent did keep in forces, so this Cataclysm is weaker, but we have a lot of good stuff. It's just slow. And the Miracles matchup is slow. Like, if we get to Cataclysm plus Prelate on one, that's so good for us. It's really bad for us if my opponent just slams a Mentor next turn, but... Or if my opponent, like, disenchants this Vial, that's a bit obnoxious. Bleh. Oh, AK. That's much better. Yeah, cast your AK opponent, please. I think I'm just gonna hardcast a Recruiter for a Recruiter here. A little bit as bait for, like, a counterspell, and also just because I want to actually do something by turn 3. Sticking with Cataclysms, or do you think Dread Knight may be floating around? So Gideon. I'm sticking with Cataclysm for sure. Stuff like the Eldrazi post and normal super expensive post. $sign post. Ah, fuck. This is the exact scenario I didn't want to have happen. I might need to Prelate on 1 instead here. Anyway, there are like just a lot of decks that I think Cataclysm's a lot stronger against than Gideon is right now. Specifically, like, I think Cataclysm's better in the Grixis matchup and the Miracles matchup, as well as a lot of, like, the land-based matchups. Well, this is really shitty. I think I just have to slam Prelate on 1 and cross my fingers. Please no Force! But it would really make sense if they had Force, because they just, like, ran out of Mentor on 3. Oh, thank God. Dawn of Hope is better than Gideon sometimes too. I mean, yeah, I'm not on the Dawn of Hope train, but it's fine. I like Spirit Keeper as my Grixis answer now. Tutor ability matters a lot in my mind. I don't think I want to put in this Revoker, because I think I'm just playing on Cataclysming soon, and my opponent didn't have Jace. Maybe I do just want to, like, try to flip the board though. I kind of do need to, like, put pressure for my opponent to, like, Terminus Throw a Mentor or something. Not a super good draw. Kind of a terrible draw, in fact. Could recruit a Ballista, but that seems very ambitious. I think I'm just going to keep passing the turn until my opponent does something about my Sanctum Prelate. Jailer could not be... Oh, that's fair. I might Recruiter, tick up Vial, Jailer. And then, like, Jailer Cataclysm or something like that. It's not a horrible idea. I think the good counterspell I would consider Vial and Recruiter cast Jailer. Oh, just cast Jailer there? Well, then why... Wait, so you... I wouldn't want to do that unless they don't have a counterspell, right? I won't do it just a lot. Oh, okay, yeah. I think that line's really risky. My opponent's just been leaving up a bunch of mana and not casting anything, which either means the Sanctum Prelate is just demolishing them, or more likely, they have like counter spells and stuff. I think I do want Jailer though, especially if I get to like Jailer Cataclysm them. I'd have to like blow up a bunch of mountain guys, but and could just be 1-drops. Just gonna see if I can Jailer this Mentor, I guess. Hey, we did it. I wonder how many creatures I'm supposed to attack with. Try to protect this monarchy. None of them? One of them? I'd like also cast Cataclysm, keep like Prelate Revoker. I just my opponent get like plow my board and stuff. I don't really want to fire off this Cataclysm. I feel like my opponent like really has a counterspell in their hand. Recruiter's attacking, maybe Revoker. Yeah, that's what I thought. Recruiter, maybe Revoker. I didn't want to like get Snapcaster, block Revoker into untap, like Jace, bounce Prelate, plow something. Like they might be able to gain some traction if they're able to like Jace my Prelate. Right now it's just Terminus Mirror bust, but Terminus might be coming. But then we have a Cataclysm to try and rebuild. I don't even know if I'm supposed to play 5th land. I don't think I am. Honk2, thanks for the follow. I appreciate the support. The issue is if they hardcast a Terminus and then have Force backup, then we're in some dire straits. Yeah, this is definitely a hardcast Terminus. Yeah, this is fine. So we really need them to not have Force of Will here. I think land a lead file to beat the... Why would my opponent force a second file? That seems like really bad. That's shitty. YOLO. Hey, we did it. I hope my opponent keeps their Tundra. They kept the Tundra. How many mana-producing lands does Miracles even play? Out of curiosity. Oh, that's a pretty good draw. I want to develop this Vial, but I'd just love to keep casting these really obnoxious spells my opponent has to deal with. And drew another Wasteland. Can they actually cast a chase? I don't have. Fuck if I know. Oh, well, they got the Thalia. I guess I'm supposed to play Flicker Wisp. Oh man, another Flicker Wisp. Hot dog. Take that, all my opponent's lands. Is it time for the old Brainstorm Concede? No Brainstorm Concede, but Brainstorm not making another land drop is not looking good for my opponent. Legacy Ponza, yeah, exactly. Grab our good old our trusty Sword of Fire and Ice here. Finally get this other file into play that I wanted to play like 900 turns ago. Just like never got around to it because we kept drawing better cards. Oh, they're fucked. Opponent says, GG's, well played, good luck. Thanks, opponent. Cool guy. Also, man, those Cataclysms are super good. Played that one pretty decently. We won game 2 and 3, right? Did we win game 1? No. Cataclysm was definitely one of my favorite cards to cast. Card is like really messed up. Opponent just keeps the Tundra. Oh, well, we have this Wasteland in hand. I don't think we've played a land for turn yet, opponent. Apologies, you are about to get murdered. God, Cataclysm is such a fucking good card to resolve. Especially when you get the Jailer into Cataclysm is just so backbreaking. Because it's just so much easier to draw out of the Cataclysm than it is for your opponent. Alright. Round 3. Snap Keep. File, Thalia, Mom, stuff. Hand seems great. Also, we can actually draw more lands there. Yeah, exactly. They need to, like, keep an island and then, like, start chaining some cantrips to try and find lands, because Miracle is really land light. Weirdly enough. I think I'm supposed to just jam Thalia into this. Into, like, just 1 mana here, rather than, like, playing it around 4 so well. Yeah, we're gonna jam it. Kind of sucks, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that one's right, but I think it is just based on me doing nothing else, and my opponent's Scalding Tarn Pass indicating to me that they're either on a... Yeah, if the second place is a port, I would just... Actually, I wouldn't have ported because my opponent's on Scalding Tarn. Also, the fact that they didn't force the Vial means that, like, I feel like the Thalia is usually less likely to get forced, but sometimes they just don't. And maybe it's supposed to indicate that they're a combo deck. Like, they're Sneak. Sand's just gonna lose to Sneak. And probably lose to Miracles anyway, so... See if my opponent plows this or not. Okay, maybe they aren't sneak. Maybe they are miracles. And they just drew the Force of Will for turn? I guess. Hopefully they just, like, jam a Mentor. It's not bad. Every time I lose to Spell Pierce, Passport D&D, I get annoyed. But I know people miss Sporting Wall. Yeah, they'll pay for it in the long run. I've lost to post-board Thalias in the mirror match several times, and it's pretty irritating, but that's life. The better players not always win. Ooh. Opponent missing your land drop there, bud. Missing your land drop, huh? Must just like proactively use this Wisp and flicker out their island so they can't cast sorcery speed cantrips, or am I supposed to just like do nothing with this and probably take Val up to 4 just to start jailering to draw more cards? If accumulated knowledge is the card my opponent casts, though, it means that they probably don't have better cantrips to be casting. Yeah, that's what I'm not sure. Wisping out the plains does nothing, so they can still plow up. I'm tempted to wisp out this island just in case something. I guess the difference between them casting a second AK during their turn to try and hit a land versus them being able to cast on my main phase or my end step is vastly different. And this Wisp isn't doing a lot else, so I guess there's pretty minimal downside. Like, I'm going to put this into play on their end step anyway, just to start clocking them. So I may as well. Yeah, and then probably just plan on Viling and Jailer to start drawing cards. We have 2 plows to protect against, like, random snapcasters and stuff, too. Oh, opponent just hit the land. That's rude. Ooh, Schadenport's nice. We have, like, double plow, so they can't even, like, force the first plow or whatever. I just want to become the Monarch. They, like, snap plow. Ooh, that's a good one. Would you plow Pyromancer or Lavamancer with active Mom plus Stoneforge with Sophie and handed 2 cards in your yard? Assuming, like, they have 2 cards in the yard. There are a lot of factors there, like how many lands do we have in play and stuff. Is it feasible that I can get the Sophie online without using the Stoneforge? Pyromancer's scary, but like depends on how long it takes to get this sort of Fire and Ice online to answer the Pyromancer. Hang on, I need to actually play my game as well while this is happening. I'm gonna port their white source. Cut them down on plow and stuff. When they have 2 cards in the yard, they could easily get like another 2. I'm missing land drops. I could also put in Skull. I don't hate like killing the Lavamancer, put in Skull or something, and then like slowly work your way towards. If this is game 1 too, where they're not gonna have a lot of answers for a Battle Scroll or a Sword of Fire and Ice. There's just like a lot of factors to consider, so I can't obviously give you what I would do based on everything. Just yeah, I'd probably hit the Lavamancer. Lavamancer's scarier. Pyro seems like you have decent amount of answers for. Like just having Battle Scroll in play slows it down considerably. And if it's game 1 especially, they're just not gonna have any answers. Oh, it's game 3. Oof. Then the sword's a little riskier, but the Battle Scroll's kind of good bait for it too. I'm just not going to cast anything. I'm kind of scared of Snapcaster Mage, to be perfectly honest. I think like double plow plus port is enough to continue drawing cards. Ooh, Wasteland's good. Wasteland is Volk. Could also get wasted and do nothing. Yeah, those are there are a lot of tough decisions. Like, you want to be as proactive as possible because you might wasteland it off your plays. But from the sound of it, I didn't hate, like, plow the thing. Let's put in a batter score or whatever. Plow the Lavamancer, because that's just going to be scarier long term, I think, than a Pyromancer. Mentor? Fucking deal. Fucking deal. I wonder if I'm supposed to force this a second, or like plow this a second time right now. Probably not, because I assume this is like them casting a cantrip. So I want to be able to just like plow the token too, assuming this is going to resolve. Flusterstorm. Oh man, you got me, opponent. God, resolving a Flusterstorm is actually really irritating online. Alright, we at least took it off the board. Now we only have this Mentor token to contest. The opponent doesn't even get anything back if they take the Monarchy from me, so it's not super scary. I think I'm going to play Revoker and just keep porting, and attack with just Wisp. Alternatively, I could like Prelate on 1, which is not bad either. But then I can't port them. But I don't know how relevant porting them is. Terminus. Now we can follow up with Prelate on 1 plus Mom. I guess I'm kind of scared of Snapcaster Mage. We'll have 2 creatures to block, so... Oh, no. Well, if they had a land, we'd still be scared of Snapcaster, but... Prelate is better since we're porting the island there. Well, we can't Prelate and port, is my issue. That's why I wanted to play the 2-drop. Now I wanted to play multiple threats, though. I'm going to already use a Terminus. We want to be wary of, like, Snapcasters and stuff. Really want to find a Recruiter so we can just recruit Jailer again. Have it on the vial just in case. Ooh, Ballista's not bad. My opponent is very low. Probably more relevant since we're trying to take them off cantrips. Maybe, I guess. Jace is fine. Wow, Brainstorm? Really? Are they just dead? I guess they could force my Ballista, right? But, like, if they don't play a land, we just attack them for 3, play a Ballista for 2, kill them. Brainstorm with a Prelate on one seems really ambitious. They have to be sitting like Terminus for next turn, I guess? Actually, Ballista for 3 here, too. I like porting first, actually. Port, and then attack, and then, like, port, Ballista for 2, attack, or something. Figure out what I need to play around. If there's, like, a Snapcaster in my future. Alternatively, I could just attack with the Prelate, and then Ballista for 3. Which I guess is also fine. You have to worry that I'm almost assuredly about to get Terminus here. Blister 3 is lethal going to kill Snap. Yeah, I mean, well, they do have Force there. Not great for me. But like Ballista for 3 attack with both is similar. I deal an extra damage though. Yeah, this is a Terminus. Force was kind of gross, but they are at 2 life now, and we still have the Monarchy, at least for now. So shows that they might be able to take it back from me at some point. Especially like just Jace minus on my thing. We could probably have them at 1, and maybe that was right just because we like knew Terminus was coming down the pipeline, and even if they flashed in Snapcaster, they were still going to die. Oh, now they're at 1. I mean, I can't punish them. My 1 Ballista's already gone, so. So the best draw here is like Recruiter, just so we can actually do something with this Violent 4 still. We can tutor up our Jailer again just to Vial a threat in. Not what I wanted to draw, especially in the face of my opponent could easily have Snap at this point. Take the Monarchy from me, and then we're spiraling pretty bad. Here's hoping they don't have a Snapcaster Mage yet. Oh, thank God. They at least don't have a Snapcaster Mage yet. Alright, Brainstorm means that they have an answer for the Spirit Keeper, though. They just haven't cast it? I feel like they would have cast it last turn. Mentor? Judgment, sure. Bottom on Preordain makes me feel a little bit safer. Come on, Recruiter the card. Fuck. This is spiraling out of control. Come on, Monarchy. Stoneforge. Alright. that's something to do next turn. It's a violatable threat that also finds me a Batter Skull, which is another threat to have. Which is definitely good for me. It also shuffles my deck so I can draw the Jailer. We also have this Plow to answer like a Snapcaster so they can't take the Monarchy from me. Assuming they eventually find one. They can no longer shuffle off their Brainstorms without using another card like Ponder or Preordain. Seems like we're doing... fine's a strong word. We're staying afloat. Also having to plow this Mentor means that their fetches are back online, but... this Monk might get real scary. They've only cast one Swords to Plowshare. Have they flashed any back? No. So there's a very real chance my opponent could just like plow my only blocker. We have a plan to install Monarchy. Yeah, we don't have Monarchy for that much longer. I'm pretty sure that this Monarchy's not gonna hold. We could almost take them off of white sources. Not quite, though. I must just want to cast the Stoneforge in case we find another 2. But that opens up to, like, Force. But they've already used 3 Force of Wills, I think. Yeah, 3 Force of Wills. Yeah, put in... Oh, I don't like Viling in Stoneforge. I think I just want to cast it, honestly. 7. We could, like, cast Stoneforge, cast Skull, not port them. But then they can just, like, Jace unsummon the token. Plow the Mystic. But then we're trying to, like, bank on drawing another 2 off the Monarch. Which we have a fair number of, so... I think we're still just going for it. They have their... Okay, yeah. They had their 4th Force, so it was going to be real bad for me. Yep. If we draw, like, Thali or something, it's that much better. Come on, something. 2-drop? Nope. But if they have the Plow, which I imagine that they probably do, then we're pretty fucked here. Chase on some of the Germ, Plow the Stoneforge, attack, take Monarchy, and then they have a Jace and the Monarchy. We can still draw, I guess, Recruiter, because we could recruit Jailer, Violent Jailer, kill the Monk, and take Monarchy back. Yeah, this is the nightmare scenario, I suppose. We can also just, like, play Batter Skull every turn for the rest of the game. We have 8 mana. Yeah, fuck. That's horrifying. Is that the 3rd Mentor? We've killed 2. Alright, well, if they don't have the Plow, we're okay here. If they do have the Plow, we're super fucked now. Recruiter could find, like, a Flicker Wisp, notably, and, like, try to sneak lethal. They shuffled from Ponder. Uh-oh. Oh, no, that's a Plow. Yeah, we're fucked. Not great. What's up, Yaz? Thanks for the 7-month resub. I appreciate your continued support. Probably lethal next turn. I'd be impressed if it was lethal. I guess I wouldn't be that impressed. Which need my opponent to have nothing but lands. They brainstorm into lands. And then they alpha me, and then we found Crusader to lethal them. Easy. Easy plan. I wonder if there was a point where I could have played this differently. Notably, like, that one life I missed on the mom might have mattered a lot, because they got to, like, fetch after that one brainstorm effect. Or I could have, like, taken Jace off the table, anticipating the third force, but I'm not sure it was right to play around force number 3 that turn. I guess I could have, like, just cast Ballista pre-combat. That was probably a pretty bad fuck-up. Just, like, know what I'm supposed to be attacking. No, yeah, the hope was that they have nothing but lands and then also alpha me, so they have no tokens on defense. Or we draw Palace Jailer to kill, like, the one token that they leave back. We're definitely very, very bad off. Snap Terminus. Dang. Wait, Snap AK? I guess it's Divination, right? Yeah, so, like, the only card we have here is Flicker Wisp. Now we can't get through 2 monks. Also, this might just be lethal, I'm not sure. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Nope, it's not lethal. I'll take it. Oh, well, if they have a spell to cast, that's probably pretty lethal. Alright, you got me. That was a long game 1. I think that was game 1, right? Yeah, because my opponent Flusterstormed me. Begin sideboarding. So yeah, I think it was probably like the Ballista turn that fucked me over. Very minor micro decisions that matter a whole heck of a lot in games like these. Especially games that, like, span that many turns. I'm not sure if I want to keep boarding in this Relic Order. This Relic Order has seemed miserable against, a lot of my Miracles opponents. There's a chance also I want to, like, leave in some certain number of plows, but my opponent had 3 Mentors in their deck. So it's fair. I feel a lot safer if I were going to do something like this. I almost want to cut the Jailer because it's so bad against Mentor, but it's also so good against Mentor. No plows, nerd. Get out of here, Yaz. I'm keeping plows in my deck. You can't stop me. Where'd my chalices go? Oh, they're right there. Duh. Cut this fucking jank-ass GT. GT's okay against a Revoker. Revoker's not great. Only good against Jace, and not very good against Jace. Seriously, though, it's not good. It's a lot better when, like, you see 3 Monastery Mentors in a game. The issue is that Miracles lists wildly fluctuate between 0 and 3 Monastery Mentors, so you never really know, so sometimes you're leaving in plows against a guy who has no Mentors, or has boarded, or, like, plays 2 Mentors, or 1, that's boarded them out. But seeing 3 Mentors game 1 makes me more inclined to actually have answers for them. Usually I do just cut them all, but I like them a little bit more after seeing. Alright, sweet. We're going to play Chalice, and then we're going to draw all my Swords of Plowshares. But this hand's great. We're going to cast Chalice of the Void, and then immediately draw Swords of Plowshares, and my opponent's going to play Monastery Mentor. I'm going to look like a goddamn fool. Yeah, this hand is just fucking gas. Gasoline. So it's just gonna be like Port Chalice Pass. Next turn I can like Violent Stoneforge, Port, probably not Wasteland. Wastelanding seems ambitious. I'm not confident that like boarding in Reliquary is right against Miracles anymore. I have not seen a lot with Engineered Explosives recently. Oh man, I told you! I knew it! I knew it was gonna happen. Fucking draw the Swords of Plowshares, cast Chalice on one. Good deck building. Look at all these 1-drops in my Chalice of the Void deck. Phenomenal deck building and sideboard choices. So, depending on how this turn goes, we're probably going to grab either Batter Skull or Sword. I think I'm just going to grab Sword. Almost regardless, actually. Batter Skull lets me, if like I find a land, I can keep a Port. Also, I should have ported. Oh no, I can't leave a Plow. I'm an idiot. I have a Chalice of the Void in play. Stoneforge. We're just gonna use Sword here. Take this file up some more. We can put in the Sword and Crude and Plow and whatever. Also, they're really taxed on like disenchant targets with File and Plow and this equipment. Wow, just mono islands, huh? Okay, sure. Portia. Oh fuck, they're missing their land drop. They're super dead. Because that's why they fetched Island, because they knew they were missing a land drop. Or, like, they knew they were going to miss the land drop, and they wanted to protect their thing from Wasteland, and they can't fetch a Plains of the Scalding turn. Alright, we got him. See, boarding and Plow was the right plan, obviously. Won us that game, not close. Notably, what did I cut for it? The usual suspects are, like, these three, I think. I could buy, like, just 2 Howl's Spearkeeper. Howl's Spearkeeper is really miserable in this matchup, though. They tend to have, like, not even have Supreme Verdicts some of the time. The card is not super good. You don't even have cards in your graveyard most of the time. Just like a bad Mirran Crusader, but I guess it's probably like almost likely to worse than Leonin Relic Order. I think we're just gonna run it back. That Chalice, I feel like, kind of gave my opponent the business, considering they cast 2 spells that whole game. He's always vigilant, at least. Yeah, he helps you protect your monarchy. You can attack, and then also protect from, like, Flushed and Snapcasters and such. And then he just gets Swords of Plowshares, goes to a farm. Alright, we need, like, the perfect 7. Just actually like the last hand. Just our game 2 hand was just really good. I just settle for having that game 2 hand again. Just like land, vial, port, chalice, like 2-drop, 3-drop. Ugh. Opponent better hurry up with their mulligan decision. I only have 9 minutes left on the clock. Kind of cool how the artwork for D&T cards kind of flow together. Minus the creepy ass Revokers. Also minus the creepy ass Flicker Wisps. But I guess if you cut all those cards, you're just like playing a pile of humans and humanoid guys, right? Mostly gals, I suppose. Revoker plus Whisper there that does the whole thing together. Just like you can't just have all humans. You just gotta have that the little glimpse into the nether. Just the horrifying nightmare beasts that should not exist. And then you have Thalia, the Guardian of Thraben. I don't know where my opponent went. Uh-oh. Frames dropping again. Frames, come back. Don't do it, Frames. Oh, my opponent disconnected. Alright. I like the text on the D&T side of things. Normal people think the horrors that explain that things are going to work. So it's like the front men are like the yeah, my friends haven't loved me for a while. They're like totally off and on about just like I just like need better internet. Sometimes the stream just like fucking OBS dies. But it's like the regular people in D&T are the front man. They're how it looks on the outside, but then you look inside, and inside like the casino is this secret underground drug ring, but instead of drugs, it's like just fucking nightmares. It's like this is the real inner workings of Death and Taxes. It looks all cutesy on the outside, but real gonna fuck you up. Well, this hand's okay. Like Vile Thalia, hard to pass up. Double Wasteland's not great, but are also no double white for double white spells, but this hand is good. Definitely keepable. Thought it was kind of cute, except when you look at the background, realizing that's all Mothra. I don't think Flickers looks cute at all, even if you don't understand what it looks like. It looks like this giant, like, winged claw coming at you. It's horrifying. I really want to draw, like... Well, we're in Game 3. I don't know when you walked in, Shiloh, but we're in Game 3 against Miracles, so, like, fuck having double Wasteland. I guess the Council Judgment kind of ticks us off that we're in a post-board game, though. Like, I would be much happier if these Wastelands were both Rashadan ports. Counterbalance, alright, well, guess who's not casting Thalia? We're just gonna, like, hope to God my opponent doesn't disenchant this Aether Vial. We're also gonna hope to God my opponent doesn't just, like, slam turn 3 Mentor, or we draw White Source, we can Judgment it, or something. Alright, no Mentor. Just run it out. Nah, I'm good. I am good on that plan. I will stick with my Aether Vial. I will be more happy to, like, run out 3-drops. 3-drops are pretty hard for Counterbalance to hit, typically. It's, like, Mentors, and sometimes Clicks. Or, like, Council's Judgments, but just, like, way easier for them to hit 2s with AKs, Counterbalances, Predicts, whatnot. Disenchants. Even then, I'm not even sure I'm going to run out of 3 unless I draw a White Source to Council's Judgment this. I'd love to run out a thing that isn't Recruiter. The problem is that Recruiter is like my most prized 3-drop in this hand. But I might need to run it out. I don't even know what I would Recruiter for, but... So my opponent knows what their top card is, notably. They have brainstormed it, so maybe I'm supposed to play around that? By just passing the turn again? I think we are just going to pass. If my opponent didn't know their top card, I think I'd cast the Recruiter, but... Oh, they drew the card. Alright, we're going to put it in this Thalia before they can cast, like, Ponders and stuff. I was kind of expecting them to fetch. I guess they really wanted the card they brainstormed for. Do I eat 1 tub of ice cream or 2? The answer is always 2, child. You never have enough ice cream. Plow my Thalia. Rude. Alright, so they're manipulating the top card of their deck again. They did not shuffle, so they still know the top card of their library. Something I'm, like, pretty concerned about. I'm tempted to just wasteland this Flooded Strand. I also just, like, flick Rest about this counterbalance and then cast a thing. If I want to. Could also just not cast a thing and continue leaning on this Aether Vial. Got a lot of options. Kind of want to cast this. I don't even know what I want to cast. This counterbalance is making me real nervous. Like, I just have no idea what's going to resolve. I don't want to play a Recruiter, I don't think. The question is Stoneforge or not. And after that, the question is, like, wasteland this Flooded Strand, question mark? I think I'm okay firing off this Stoneforge. See if they, like, have the 6 soul read on me. They do have the 6 soul read on me. They have not cast an AK, so I don't really want to wasteland this. You could Recruiter. I could, and I probably will. Back to basics. Meh. Unless they also disenchant this vial. It's whatever. I think I honestly just want to put as much power into play right now. Just, like, Crusader them. Just start beating down. The perfect draw. So the opponent still has the AK in their hand, we know that. They did in fact draw it. Mentor. I suppose that's a little scary. We can take our Palace Jailer, or we can take their Vial up to 4. I almost want to flicker out their island, so they're less likely to cast something. I'm afraid I'm, like, playing into a Terminus real hard, though. So you're going to cast the AK here, I assume. Yeah. Maybe let's just, like, wasteland the Flooded Strand first? Could have flickered out the fetch. I don't think that's super great, but I could have wastelanded the fetch, maybe. And then flickered the island in response. No, they can just float the mana, it doesn't matter. Now we really just want to draw a white source. Alright, let's see if they get the sick blind flip. I think it's blind. I haven't keeping track. Nice. Now we can just get to jailer this monk token away, too. The issue is now that we're playing Rook really hard into a Terminus, but they don't know the top card of their deck right now. And we could just kill them, so let's go for it. They're very low on life, so... Ooh, Ballista. This could just be hardcast Terminus. Yep. I'm a little concerned about Terminus because I have so little lands in play, and I just turned off Mountain File to Palace Jailer. I don't need this draw. Protects me from a Jace, if this resolves. Also, they have a counterbalance in play. Also, they have another Terminus on the top of their deck, I guess. Tempted to name Abandoned Hope there. There's a chance that they don't want to cast it. Some very, very slim chance. Yeah, fuck. Just immediately have Jace. I think we need a Chalice on one now. The issue now is that now they're setting up their counterbalance with their Jace, which is going to be real rough. Needle my Vial on 4? Guess that means I'm not recruiting this Jailer anytime soon. Stoneforge Mystic, weird. If we hit another land and they don't have a 3 on top, well, that's something to look forward to. I think we're just gonna hope they somehow don't have a 2. They didn't fetch either, weird. Can we draw some lands with this Monarch, please? Then they fetched away on their upkeep, but they didn't want to like try to blind flip off the counterbalance to hit this. Feeling emotionally shitty in Legacy D&T is just what you need. Well, I'm glad I could help. Lasco. I do enjoy playing D&T. One is at 3. This Ballista is slowly getting better. We need our opponent to like not have a creature for a good while, though. AK for 2. AK for 3. Oh, EE. Oh, they do have EEs. Look at that. Can't cast this Flicker Wisp. Can cast Ballista, but they're at 3. I think we're just going to play a Stoneforge. Alright, well, they have a Plow on the top of their deck. Good to know. Ooh, that's something that you can feel shitty about. That's not just, like, embarrassing. That's just, like, a rough thing to hear about anyone. We've now shuffled our deck, so there's a better chance we can find this Palace Jailer to violin. Also just... If my opponent casts this Plow, we can actually revoke something. Or, like, revoke this Jace, notably. Preordain, sure. Plow that. Brainstorm. think I'm just gonna fire off this Revoker, keep sandbagging this Ballista. Hopefully we just, like, find a freaking land at some point. Disenchant my Battle. Alright, well that plan's more off the table now as well. But now they're almost hellbent. They get to Ponder here, control the top of their deck. I don't even know if they've brainstormed yet. I think they did, yeah. They did not shuffle, notably. We found a third land. I'm tempted to just try to get this Cataclysm going. Like, just flicker my Wasteland, see if I can just present lethal as well. Again, they're less likely to have a 3 than a 2 at this point. Ooh, Wear Tear, which is now a 3 instead of a 2 and a 1. But notably, they're drawing Wear Tear, so... Man, you guys know way more about the WWE than I do. I know actual nothing. So we need to work our way into casting this Cataclysm for sure. Oh, geez, that's horrifying. Land. Land, that's good. Oh, my opponent can actually take Monarchy from me now, though, which is very bad. Can I win if they have Monarchy, even if I Cataclysm them? They can just bounce whatever I play, though. I could Ballista for 2, deal with a Knight, but then they can just make another Knight. I think the plan just has to be. My opponent's playing both Wear Tear and Disenchant, so I don't know. Take that for what you will, Chylith. Dumbass cat getting her head in the bag. Cataclysm's like not good though. Cataclysm's gonna blow up a bunch of my opponent's stuff. My opponent's just gonna kill me with a Knight over the next couple of turns and drawing 2 cards a turn. They might just not have enough mana producing lands though, so yeah, fuck it. Let's Cataclysm. If Cataclysm's resolved. No, they get to keep a Knight, which is much scarier. But I am at 23 life. Yeah, Kata is a like the line that's least likely to lose. I don't know if it's winning. I think it's the best line available to me. Will they just concede? I guess maybe they like don't actually have things to cast. Maybe they just like know they can't win in 30 seconds. I don't know. Can I see the next couple of cards I'm drawing? Oh, we just like immediately find port too. Yeah, and then yeah, our top 2 cards are both lands. I think we're very much going like favored in that game. I don't even know how many mana producing lands my opponent has left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I get like a quick miracles look in here. Legacy miracles. Opponent likely had something along the lines of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. So yeah, at most I think they were going to hit three lands tops. Like they had 2 mana producing lands left in their deck at max. Yeah, okay, we did see a Vault game 1, so they guaranteed to have at least 1. But I think they had like Volk and then like another Volk or another island. I guess with like a Wear Tear, you're definitely on 2 red sources, so like double Volk. But like that's it. So as long as they don't like blind flip every single thing I cast for the next 3 turns, like we win that game. Fuck, we're only in round 3? I thought that was round 4. Shit. Was that? That was, yeah, that was 2-1 again, because we lost game 1. Yeah, I think we're like pretty heavy favored to win that now. Even if they could take Monarchy from me, they just like can't cast any of their spells. Like they can't play a Mentor or a Jace. Like they need that one Night token to go the entire way. That Wear Tear flip on my Flicker Wisp was really rude. Considering I figured they would start leaving, like, just keep leaving 2s on the top. Oof. This hand is... Oh, I recognize his name. This is the guy that we played against Hardened Scales Affinity in Legacy. I just looked this guy up today because I was talking about him on Twitter. I don't think I keep this hand against Hardened Scales Affinity. I don't even think I keep it on, like, in the blind. On the draw, this hand's just very slow. Well, maybe it's okay. Like, turn 1 Vial, turn 3 Crusader. I'm going to recruit for stuff. Are you getting excited for a tournament? I'm getting really excited and also really nervous. Because I've been performing really well in Paper Legacy tournaments, and I'm starting to feel like the pressure to try and perform well. And this would be the first tournament that I've actually... A first, like, big tournament that I have played in a long time. I think we're going to keep this hand. If we're against, like, Grixis, this hand is just gas. Obviously, if we're in, like, the quote-unquote blind. Snap keep this hand against Grixis. Of course, they would him to Charok me and hit Crusader or Spirit Keeper. Or, like, Recruiter Spirit Keeper and then, like, bolt my Crusader. I'm going to 5, so... I think they are the Hardened Scales deck. Usually I would freak out and think Elves. But I'm pretty sure this is the same opponent that was on, like, the Hardened Scales deck that we played against last week. Ooh, that's a good draw. I hear the cat's terrorizing something in the closet. They're knocking coat hangers around. I should go stop them, but... Magic. 3 Paper Legs tournaments in the last 5 years. Oh yeah, for sure. It's so unfortunate that there's not more high-stakes Legacy tournaments. Lands? 4-color loam? Could be. I don't even know. Do I cast this Revoker? I don't really want to cast a Phyrexian Revoker in the face of whatever's going on over here. I'll just leave up Plow, I guess. Plan on casting Crusader or Recruiter next turn, maybe? If they are on, like, lands, it's just, like, the weirdest fucking mold of 5, then we just Recruiter for Prelate, and that should be lights out. Well, technically still could be either. Both of them play, like, the Singleton Forest, so... Scrubland. Alright, 4-color loam. Confirmed. So now we need to be more vigilant about Punishing Fire. And I think that means just sitting here on my hands and recruiting for a Sanctum Prelate. Yeah, Prelate's still gas against 4-color loam. They have Cabal Pit, and then sometimes like a main deck Vindicate or Toxic Deluge to deal with it. And that's about it. And like Liliana of the Veil, but with our hand and stuff, we're gonna keep the board pretty stocked. Opponent is also notably on a mulligan of 5, so basically the only way we lose is, yeah, Punishing Fire. Because Punishing Fire can undo mulligans against a deck like Death and Taxes. So we just don't want to devote stuff to the board when we can just prelate them out of this game. We also have Spirit Keeper, which is also gas in this matchup. I'm just going to revoke Mox Diamond, untap Plow Knight, Violin Prelate, cast Vial. Just like cut them off mana too. They're on their mold of 5, so cut them down to 2 mana sources. Mox Diamond. Untap, trigger, take this up, plow the knight. Cast Aether Vial. They're not even close to threshold either for their like Cabal Pit, so it's going to be very hard for them to answer this. Attack doesn't matter, they have Maze, but sometimes they forget. And now we just beat them down with Crusader and stuff, and then we should be able to take over the game from there. We're just going to cast a Stoneforge so I can go get sort of Fire and Ice online as soon as possible. Just like backup anti-punishing fire thing. In case they find a third land and a Deluge. Well, if they find Deluge, we're just going to like wreck them with Hallowed Spirit Keeper. No land. Disappointing. That does not even cast there. The Deluge if they have it. Just gonna fucking devote everything to this board. Just spew the entire board out into play. Alright, yeah, they just concede. There, see, we're dead. They were on a mull to 5. They're not really winning that game very often. There's definitely a chance that they could have just won with a Punishing Fire and a Grove on a mull to 5 against me. Alright. Wait, is it 12 cards? No, I'm missing something. Oh, I don't board in this. Has it always been 11? Yeah, because this Container Breeze used to be a fairy, which I did not bring in, so it was cut Moms, cut Thalias, cut a Stoneforge and a Jite, and then shave a Crusader. I think that's usually what my sideboard plan is. There's a chance I'm supposed to be shaving like a Revoker instead of a Crusader. I'm still not 100% sure on that one. 4-color Loam is a matchup I still don't have enough experience in to say definitively how much I like a card like Revoker over a card like Crusader. The chance that like Priest might be better than like a Revoker. You can Priest their Green Suns, but you can also Revoke. Although you can also combine Priest with Wisp to kill creatures along with like Green Suns. Maybe Priest is better than like a Revoker. I don't hate it. Just make the swap, find out. It's kind of why I stream, right? To test out ideas. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's also a very minor change, so I don't know how much it'll actually be relevant. Ugh. This hand is like actually kind of borderline because we can answer a lot of my opponent's stuff. We can kill a Planeswalker and 2 guys. Keep. Find out what happens. Double Crocus is gross to have. But with a pile of removal, there's a pretty decent chance we can make my opponent's start relatively clunky. Like kill a Bob, kill a Knight, kill a Planeswalker of some sort. Loam back. Cards, alright. So whatever they cast this turn, I guess if they play like a Liliana, we'll have to take a turn to get there, but... Oof, Sylvan, that is something I do not have. I guess technically I do. Something I would not want to Council's Judgment, but might need to, depending on how these next turns go. Oh boy, Sylvan Library plus life from the Loam. The answer is if you dredge back Loam and draw 2, you just have to keep the Loam, right? I think that's how that works. And then you can pay 4 for the other 2 cards, but like the Loam has to stay in your hand because you didn't draw it for this turn. Because yeah, you can't choose because the Loam was not drawn this turn; it was like dredged into your hand. I think that's how that works, but dredge plus Loam is just fucking nonsense. If they slam a Walker, I think I need to Judgment it. If they slam a guy, we can just plow it and then Judgment the Sylvan. Jesus, opponent casting fucking like Nissa Vital Force over there. What do you need 5 mana for? Frasco Golgari Queen. Sure. Guess we should Council's Judgment that. It's a combo with life from the Loam. It's also kind of rude. Kind of sucks leaving them at 18 life with the Sylvan Library in play, but not a lot we can do about it. I think that card is just scarier than a Sylvan Library. Well, a Bob and a Knight. I kind of want them to draw these cards, honestly. We have nothing but answers. Not getting to 5 mana anytime soon under Lone Wasteland. Edge of this turn is going to be Wasteland your Caracas, cast life from the Loam, or layer backwards. Not even wasting the Caracas? Weird. I feel like that'd be pretty free considering they just have Loam and they don't need the mana. They're also just like not drawing extra cards off this library, which feels like it's wrong, but that's just me, I guess. I feel like under no pressure, you just want to be just rip. I guess because they're shuffling every turn, right? Or they're clearing the Sylvan cards with the library. So maybe the other cards just suck, and they're just not worth paying life for, and they just dig through them. But no, they explicitly milled like a bunch of like good creatures. How do you always manage to walk in like as we're playing against lone players? It's really a talent. I'm quite impressed. So my lone opponent just refuses to wasteland my Caracas. Yeah. The deck just goes. Just have it on. Just like know every single lone player online. He actually he's just here the whole time. He just doesn't say anything unless we're playing against Loam. Oh, my opponent finally drew a card with. I guess they've drawn 2, right? Because they're 12. No, they fetched. I'm pretty sure they just fetched 4 times with this Windswept. Now they wasteland my Caracas. Took them long enough. Bob. Alright, well, we can murder the Bob. Second Bob. Alright, we can murder the second Bob. Unfortunately, we're just, like, never getting to 5 mana. So my opponent's just gonna, like, wasteland my land every turn. Play with the other Caracas on the off chance that maybe my opponent decides not to wasteland it again. So my opponent has a fresh set of cards, so they're not going to dredge back the loam here, I assume. Because they actually, like, took damage drawing extra cards. They're not trying to, like, clear the garbage off the top. He isn't dredging. Yeah, my opponent was dredging, like, the past 3 or so turns. But I assume they wanted to actually just see 3 fresh cards this time. Wasteland my Caracas. Abrupt Decay my Aether Vial. Opponent's like doing everything at very weird times. Like just didn't wasteland me for 3 turns, then decided to wasteland the Caracas. I'm just not gonna play this port. I probably shouldn't have even played the Caracas last turn. I guess they would have rather they wanted to abrupt decay a 2-drop instead, and then they did the old oh, they didn't violate a 2-drop, I guess I'll just abrupt decay the vial. Play. Yeah, so my opponent cleared like Mox Diamond Tabernacle garbage off the top of their deck. Because they didn't draw any with Sylvan. So they actually wanted to clear the top to find new cards with Sylvan. I don't even know why I'm not F6'd. I got nothing. Ballista for 2. Doesn't do anything. I'd rather keep this Ballista to possibly... Ballista for 1 and equip, but again. My opponent has 5 cards in hand. Notably, 2 of them are Wasteland and Tabernacle, but... I don't think the running out this Ballista is going to get me anywhere. So I'm going to start punishing firing my face, or what? Ooh, Dryad Arbor. The beatdown begins. Now I might run out the Ballista just so I can kill a Dryad Arbor. Like, I exchange Ballista with Arbor and the information that my opponent probably has a Punishing Fire in hand. So next turn I think I'm going to just... I guess Ballisting and Dryad Arbor is not very good when my opponent's just like casting life from the long return. So maybe not. Maybe that's not a good play. Could always just path this Dryad Arbor, but this seems really bad because I'm at 20 life. I'd much rather path a Knight or a Bob. Yeah, opponent really does not like drawing cards with their Sylvan Library. Well, that's going to be hard to beat. It's a good one. It's a good one. A Wisp, huh? Wisp doesn't do anything. Wisp is just going to get eaten by... Because we technically don't know they have removal. We're just, like, pretty sure they have removal. Yeah, I feel pretty dead. Cast a Wisp. Nothing good to Wisp, so we just Wisp the Johnny to take it down. We could like Wisp a Chrome or a Mox Diamond to make my opponent discard a card, but not very productive. Maybe they don't have any removal, and then they'll Lightning Helix my Wisp, and then we can Ballista the Johnny down. Oh, they just flipped Cabal Pit, so much for that plan. Also, they flipped Punishing Fire. Yeah. Probably around time to concede. The plan is my opponent just goes super deep on the Sylvan Library, and we just get him with the Ballista. They just need to like draw another card, and we need to hit like 3 more lands. And then we just kapow. Also, it's worth not conceding here because like 4-color Lomos are very like weirdly customizable, especially if we draw Surgical, we can just like look at their whole deck. So there's definitely merit to just playing on to find out what else is going on in their deck. If we draw Surgical before one of these things ults, then we can actually just look at their deck for game 3. Or if they just like keep dredging this loam, we just get to see a decent chunk of their deck regardless. We see most of it. We see almost 2/3 of their deck so far. Neither of these Planeswalker ults actually kill me either. I can tell you their deck. Do you know this person? I'm trying to kill their only clock. Goodbye, Dryad Arbor. Yeah, it looks like a pretty baseline list. They had the Vraska, we Council's Judgmented, a Johnny Lily. Like nothing out of the ordinary that I've seen. They're still on Decays. I'm still not sure if people are like on a split of that and Assassin's Trophy, or just on Decay, or just some people which haven't updated yet. I don't know. Two Decay, 2 Trophy. Okay, so it's a split. Yeah, Concession to back to basic. Yeah, Concession of the Miracles matchup where sometimes Trophy is better because you can kill a Jace, but oftentimes Decay is better because on counterability. When these things ult 6 and 7, not really synergistic ults. Oh, there's a knight. Oh no, don't have 6. I need to kill this knight. Got him. Hey, you gonna kill me now, opponent? The new plan is just to exile every single one of their things that can kill me. Now they could just like plus minus a Johnny me to death, probably. Even if I like surgical their Punishing Fires somehow with double Grove in play. Lum was one of my least favorite decks to find myself paired against. I think the matchup's like rather interesting. compared to like some of the things that are going on. It's a little weird. Like their Mox Diamond starts are really gross. Like I think this game started out turn 1 land Mox Diamond Sylvan or something. Yeah, well, the last hope is as a trophy. All right, yeah. See, these are just things that I would like to do in paper if I were. I'd be watching the clock in paper since we'd be on shared clocks, but in paper I have no access to like a deck list. I can't just go look up what my opponent's on, so it's nice to see some of these cards. Probably not even worth ulting the Lily. Pulling back more stuff. Punishing Fire my face a bunch. They should still have another Bob and another Knight and a Knight of Autumn as things that can just actually kill me at this point. And obviously the Punishing Fires. Apparently someone demised the card. Didn't your opponent cast it against you? That's probably not very good news. Card is pretty good. Yep, so that's double decay, single trophy. So it sounds like Lowen was right, that it's just like pretty stock 2-2 split. 2 Golgari Charms likely, 2 Swords of Plowshares. They have the Tabernacle, the Ajani, the... Oh yeah, they also have like a Marchesa, probably. Fun, I might just start Helixing you. Yeah. I'm thinking that like just 3 turns of Lightning Helix plus Punishing Fires will probably kill me faster, but they want to keep showing me their deck. I'm content to keep playing. Actually, kind of not content to keep playing because I kind of want to sleep, so I should concede, but... Okay, what are you doing down there? Stop chewing on my cord. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Stop it. Stop it. Why any old Lily? I mean, I don't know. He just doesn't need to, right? What, like, kill 2 lands that... like, I've already lost this game. I guess he could just because it... Yeah, Stone Rains me twice. Or, like, I'd sack the sword in, like, 1 land, but... But then you can, like, put the untapped planes in the pile with the tapped planes, and you can keep that planes tapped with the Johnny. Yeah, it doesn't actually matter. I think my opponent has also now realized that they should stop showing me cards, and they've like just stopped dredging with Loam, stopped doing anything besides casting Punishing Fire repeatedly. Maybe they'll misclick and draw both the cards off this Sylvan. That's why we plowed their Dryad Arbor so they go to exactly 8. Oh, they caught on. Alright, yeah, it's time to concede. We're at 7. They're not going to show me anything else. And I think we're just actually dead. I haven't done the math here, but that's a lot of mana. I think they can Punishing Fire me 4 times and Helix me. Oh, I guess I didn't end up trying the Priest. I thought I submitted in time. I don't think this card's good, but I also don't think Revoker's super good. I think we'll just run back the same 60. I don't love Containment Priest in this matchup, but I also don't love a lot of my other cards. It was totally not clear if my board state that we were behind. Yeah, we had a chance there. We're fine. Just draw balance, right? Opponents apologizing for playing slow. I should feel bad. I was the one, like, making them slowly kill me. I'm sorry, opponent. I just wanted to see more of your deck. I don't really like this hand if we have that white swordsman. This hand just fucking sucks. No, this hand is very easy to lose to Loam with. But, yeah, opponent's doing very well if it's their first time playing this deck, for sure. Like, they haven't done anything egregiously, like... This hand is a very easy die to Loam hand, but on a mull to 6. Probably just, like, keep any stack of 6 cards that has lands and spells. The classic turn 2 Aether Vial. Yeah, at least my opponent hasn't punishing fired my face on turn 2 into my surgical extraction. You're just like, end of your turn, bam, get ya. And then I surgical it. Why would you just punching fire my face on turn 2? I kind of want to play this Vial. I kind of want to play this Stoneforge. I want to play Stoneforge. Oh, jeez. 4 force and 4 stifles. It's a rough one. If I draw more lands, I don't hate wastelanding. Obviously, my opponent casts life from the Loam. It's a very different matter, but I don't want to wasteland unless I have another land after that, I think. The fetch pass is a little odd. I think I'm just gonna play Aether Vial and pass the turn. Develop my Aether Vial. Yeah. Sometimes they'll keep in Force just because they have, like, worse cards. Ooh, that looks kind of annoying. Their mana seems a little weird. I doubt they had 8 cards worse than those. I mean, like, I guess, yeah, because they don't like only cutting, like, Dazes and Spell Pierces at that point. But yeah, usually cut Stifles. I'm not surprised to see Grixis with, like, Grixis Delver with forces in, some number of forces in postboard, but definitely, like, 4 Stifles, 4 forces is pretty bad. I guess we cut double black. Like, snap, discard this Wasteland. Decay my sword, sure. Tabernacle. I hope they don't have Swords of Plowshares. Ooh, that's a good one. Nice. They did not have Swords of Plowshares, in fact. If that's the case, I don't think I'm playing this other Wisp. I'm not playing the other Wisp plays into Liliana, second Liliana, but playing the second Wisp plays into Golgari Charm. So I think I'm fine just sitting back, especially with my Aether Vial. Wasteland's not the worst. Probably gonna end up vialing in this Jailer. It's a pretty good draw. Go grab our Batter Skull. Just get some stuff going. My opponent only has 3 cards in hand. And, like, no red mana for a Punishing Fire or something going on, so... Vraska, sure. Kill my Stoneforge. I guess I should save it. We have 3 mana, so we can keep all of our stuff. Doesn't mean that I actually can't put in this Batter Skull, though, notably. Yeah, I'll shuffle. I'm gonna leave this Vial on 3. Even though I have this Jailer in my hand that I want to Vial in at some point. I can always just take it out and Vial it in the turn after they play a guy. God, I hate dealing with Tabernacle triggers. You'd like auto yield to these. Attack your face. I'm not even sure I want, like, Vial in the Sanctum Prelate. I mean, we drew some good cards, but my opponent also, like, didn't have a very powerful start. Like, all they've done this game is, like, cast, what, Decay, Liliana the Veil, like, Vraska. They haven't done anything particularly scary. We had both, like, mediocre Mold-a-Sixes. My Mold-a-Six was less mediocre, I guess. Fucking sure. Snap discard this Batter Skull. Oh, sack creature. Snap sack this Stoneforge Mystic. Now we're gonna put this in since we have 3 mana. Just put this on 2. I think I'm gonna take this file up now. I'm only going to attack the Liliana of the Veil with one thing. If they have the Source of Plowshares for my Prelate, sure. Yeah. We should be pretty fine. We're insulated against most things. I was CPing alone, we need to battle. I lost alone twice on Friday. You missed that one. They were, like, very close 3-game sets, though, so... Yeah, I'm always down for a practice. Like, I did one with one of the other people in chat, Static. I did a Grixis control match where we just like jammed that on a bunch. I'm always down to like test matches, especially ones I'm less familiar with, like 4-color Loam. $18 and 10. We won game 1 and game 3, lost game 2. Yeah, definitely beneficial to like test with people that know their stuff. All right, final boss time. Brendan McBain is our final boss. Batter Skull makes his hand a little clunky, but it's got Mom and Thalia. Can't complain much. Taiga. Gamble. Alright, lands. This hand sucks against lands. This hand's just actually the pits. At least we had to, like, Thalia them, though. Notably, they can't kill this Thalia right now, right? If I attack with his mom, like, they can't get 3 mana to Punishing Fire this. I'm just trying to figure out if I get punished for getting this the cheeky 1 point. I think the answer is no. I can't get punished. Even if they play Exploration, it costs 2 mana. If they play Moxam, it costs 1 mana. And get in the cheeky 1 point of damage. I think it's free. I assume they gambled for Loam. Well, yeah, unless I guess if they had like Ancient Tomb Punishing Fire, but I don't even know if they don't always play Ancient Tomb main deck. Mana Bond. Well, I guess Mana Bond is a way to punish me. Hit 3 lands. Oh no, they discard the Punishing Fire. Never mind. We're good. What are they gonna put into play? I'm scared. Tabernacle, Stage, Grove. That's kind of horrifying, to be perfectly honest. Discarding this Loam, too. Fuck me, I guess. Just, like, get the pressure, and pressure in excessive air quotes. Alright, they didn't mill anything relevant yet. They're just, like, digging frantically for a Dark Depths. I'm digging frantically for them to not have a Dark Depths. Oh, they have Sheltered Thicket too? Fuck. This is not good. At least Thalia's taxing their Loams. Wait, they're putting the Thicket into play? That seems wrong. I think they wanted to, like, cycle that or something. Sure. Whoever floats your boat. Fortunately, if they hit, like, even just a Maze of Ith, we're just so far behind. Let alone if they hit Dark Depths, we just fucking die. Pour my planes? Sure, dude. Yep, don't care. Oh, they hit a Maze and a Dark Depths. Good news, we're super dead. Mana Bond is a pretty busted card. And they don't even Maze. Just like, yeah, go ahead, dude. No respect. Pour their Tabernacle. Get them. Take that. How are you going to deal with that one, opponent? Realistically, this is not great, and I would rather have a Macabre than a Containment Priest in this matchup for sure, but not by much. Macabre's kind of shitty. It's definitely better than a Containment Priest. But yeah, our hand was pretty bad against lands, and our opponent's hand was very good against Death and Taxes. They didn't have the Punishing Fire, but Mana Bond is just very hard to beat. Alright, sideboard time. Bring in these guys. Cut down on Dahlias suck. Ballista sucks. Crusaders suck. I wonder if Spirit Keeper is actually decent. I guess it's not great because we're in on Rest in Peace in this matchup. And Mother of Runes actually kind of sucks in this matchup, if we're being real. Something like that. I have to win games 2 and 3. The pressure is on. Sometimes I feel like cheekily boarding in Chalice Avoid in this matchup, but I think it's probably incorrect. I think we have enough other stuff going on. Now we're against lands, we can keep just better hands again in the matchup too. So hopefully that's good enough. Find fast Sanctum Prelate, Rest in Pieces, Surgicals. What do we play against today? I've already forgotten. Play against 4-color Loam, I think Miracles twice? And then something else. Burn. Yeah, round 1 was Burn, and then it was Miracles. And 4-color Loam. Would love to play first. Ooh. Oof. Rest in Peace and Prelate. No white source. Sheesh. This has got to be a mulligan, but it's gross. This hand just like has nothing busted. My opponent kept to 7. Am I gonna beat just a land 7 with a hand like this, or should I go to 5? I think I'm better off going to 5. Oh, this is definitely a better 5, that's for sure. I mean, Batterskull aside, Sanctum Prelate, I think, is just... We're kind of all in on this guy. That port doesn't spell well for my Mold of 5. I think I'm supposed to cut GTA into Stoneforge. I'm done. Oh well. Worst case is like land, P-Fire port, but it doesn't look like they have that at least. Also, worst case is Wasteland. Land? Alright, well, Slam Prelate and Pray is the new plan, I guess. Much more effective pre-board than post-board, but our hand and our Mold of 5 dictated that like we didn't really have a plan B. Our plan was get to 3 mana and cast a Sanctum Prelate and hope it's good enough. Gamble, I don't know what their answer is, but I imagine they have one that isn't just Barbarian Ring. It could be like a Drop of Honey would make sense. Drop of Honey, it's like a pretty stock card in the sideboard, and they have like a 1 in 5 in pitching it. Gamble, discarded a gamble. I don't think that's what they gambled for. Oh, you have green mana. definitely feels like a drop. Come on, top deck. Exactly. Council's Judgment. Nope. Draw creature with the least power. Well, I guess I could just, like, play guys. And hope that's... It's definitely not good enough, but it buys me another turn to find something. If they port me, we can't actually cast Council's Judgment or Leonin Relic Order, notably. But we can find, like, Rest of Bees or something. They didn't port me. Should I be concerned about, like, crop rotation? Yeah, this doesn't look good for our hero. Seems like we're gonna end up 4-1-ing this. If they have a loam in their hand. They might not, notably. In which case we can find something to do. Play a Batter Skull, equip with a sword, do something. Yeah, this looks like crop rotation. Go for a 1 a.m. Alright, later, Alaska. I might be done by the time you get back, but have a good one. Crop rotation the Dark Depths away. Makes sense. They're just, like, not on that plan. What plan are they on, though? What are they going to grab? Just, like, another Grove? Trying to Punishing Fire me to death? Just a land. Alright. Are they going to, like, port my Caracas here? I guess it is kind of free. They might be playing like a Tireless Tracker or something into a fetch land. So the hope is that they don't have life from the loam, because if they do, we're pretty fucked. Nope, don't do it. Don't cast it, opponent. Fuck. Alright. Now we're pretty boned. Need to find Rip. Rip or Surgical ASAP. They can Punching Fire down my Batter Skull, but it, like, takes them a ton of mana and resources to do so. Says Big Boy in the chat. Indeed. The biggest boy that Death and Taxes has. I don't know what my opponent's holding up with, like, this much mana, but I feel like they could have ported me. They don't know I had the Batter Skull, though. Going after my face. That's fair. So I assume this turn is going to be, like, P-Fire. Untap P-Fire. They loamed, dredging 2 loams. So our hand right now is P-Fire. We don't know the other two, actually. They discarded the Dark Depths and they played the Foothills, I think. They need to leave up all this mana if they want to kill my Germ. Have they played? Maybe they. No, they played Wasteland for a turn. Now they can't kill this germ. Oh no. Oh yeah, they did Exploration. Let's see if we can equip a germ on a Batter Skull token. If, no, someone's trying to play around stuff. Like, this is just our plan now. They're 1 mana off of, yeah, P-Fire. They could, like, crop rotate for a Maze. Their hand is Punishing Fire, Foothills, question mark, though. But we know everything else in their hand. Opponent says punt. Yeah, opponent needed to leave up 5 mana. They only left up 4. Might be able to sneak this game out yet. Ooh, Croson Grip. Oh, but they don't blow up my Batter Skull, right? But this is still not good for me. It's a punt, but I don't know how much it matters. They could have just, like, Croson Grip the Batter Skull, and I just don't have a creature. Or, like, in response to the equip, too. Notably, I can, like, tap out for a GT here. Because, like, I'm not in danger of getting combo killed now. But now they can just leave up 5 mana. Then we can, like, Wisp it. We might be able to finagle something, but it's not looking good. Opponent found Stage, so now we need to be able to answer it. We have Crocus, Plow, and Flicker Wisp. We'll see how the opponent plays this one. Wasteland, Stage, Port, Plow, and Foothills. That's their entire hand. Stage, Port, or now it's Port, Foothills, Punishing Fire is their hand. Oh, they're just killing it right now. They're just tapping their Stage. Then, like, also Wasteland my Caracas or something. Yep. I think they have realized that they can just win if their plan is just make sure I never have a creature in play. Opponent also having that K-Grip was pretty brutal as their last card. Hit the Barbering. Ugh. We can still find exactly Rip, I think. And then we have, like, a Plow to answer a single Merit Lage. And we, like, rebuild from there. So their hand is Port, I don't even know anymore. Port, Wasteland, Barbering, Foothills? Yeah, that's it. Port, Wasteland, Barbering, Foothills. 5. They can play land 6, 7. So yeah, they can still answer all my stuff. We need to draw Surgical right now. I think, to kill this Punishing Fire. Definitely not Surgical Extraction. So there's like no point in equipping, right? My opponent just... Wait, no, my opponent can only... Oh, this doesn't work out for me, though. My opponent can only Punishing Fire once because they only have the one Grove. But they can also just Punishing Fire plus Barbering whatever I equip the GT to. So if I equip the Germ with the GT, they just spend their turn killing that. And then I just, like, don't have a plan after. If I equip the GT to the Wisp, I actually get to live another turn. Or I get, like, keep the Germ another turn, which is probably better for me, but not by much. If I, like, port the Barbarian Ring, they can just ping the Germ, and they still have the option to kill either, so that doesn't work. Ugh. I need them to, like, do something in response to that equip. If we had drawn exactly Surgical there, we might have been okay. I wonder if I let this happen. Do I want to get, like, GTA triggers? I can just answer the Merit Lage next turn? I mean, I can only answer it once. They can just keep making it over and over, but this is the only chance to, like, let me actually get a thing into play, right? Oh, they can actually just block the Germ and Barbering my Flicker Wisp. So never mind, that plan doesn't work. Really wish that was a path. Not that it would matter hugely. But again, we're playing towards, like, drawing a Rest in Peace and being able to finagle our way into, like, some weird win. Oh no, they can buy back the Punishing Fire. So much value. So again, if we draw, like, exactly Rip, I think we have a shot, but even then, we need to, like, Rip into rebuilding pretty hardcore, while they still have just, like, a million lands in play and multiple ports and wastelands. But I just, like, didn't go for the combo. Guess they just, like, really want to make sure they take my Germ off the table. One's at 25, though. Why don't you just, like, make another Dark Depths thing? I feel like opponent's playing in a way that's pretty rough if I just, like, top deck Rest in Peace right there. Or again, even, like, Surgical Extraction. Glad they ported me, so I just get to F6. Can I kill the mom too? Sure. So now they set up Thespian Stage Dark Depths, I imagine. Buy back Dark Depth Stage, Barbarian Ring, play Depth Stage, pass. Yep. 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 Alright, so we draw Rest in Peace, take 20. Caracas the Merit Lage. I'm just doing it at sorcery speed. Because we can buy another turn with this Caracas then. Especially if we don't even take 20 if we find. Come on, God, rest in peace. Rest in peace one time. That's definitely not rest in peace. We'll stall for another turn. Now we need to top deck rest in peace into like another out to Merit Lage. Well, back depth stage something. Depth stage second grow. That seems pretty strong. Alright, we need Rip into something to answer a Merit Lage. Come on, deck. Okay. Not really what I need, but it buys me some more time, I guess. We're trying our best to win this game, even though it looks very, very bad. Opponent can start loaning back, like, yeah, multiple Thespian stages. So that even if we manage to answer, like, the first Merit Lage after the Rip, we'll have to answer another one after that. Should have left my port up, honestly. Because I could have, like, ported a stage right now if they didn't port me. Maybe I'm supposed to actually just wait a turn. To take 15 right now. It does, yeah. I think I actually am supposed to do that. I mean, I can't port a stage, because I have a second stage, but... If I draw a Rip, then it gets a lot better for me here. Surgical probably doesn't really do it. Considering we only have answers to one Merit Lage. With Surgical, they're Loams, but it's a little late for that one. Opponent gonna, like, port both of my ports. Nope, they just don't even want to. wonder if I'm supposed to actually, like, surgical those loams. Probably not. If we had drawn Rip there instead of Surgical, we might have actually been able to do something. So my opponent wastelanding his own stage? How does this work out? Hang on. Pretty sure my opponent's hand has a stage in it current. Oh no, they have a stage in the yard. Maybe they don't. They're just using this to untap their stage. So if in response we surgical all their loams, we might be able to do something. My opponent can still like punishing fire me out of this game is the issue. We need like another step after that. I also haven't been keeping track of like what's going in and out of my opponent's hand. We should probably screenshot this just in case. Just in case we actually somehow manage to win this game. However unlikely it may be. Their hand is Barber. Oh, they have crop rotation. They can crop rotate for another stage and just kill me. Dang. Well, we tried. We definitely tried. Can't say we didn't put up a fight. Yeah, they just crop rotate their stage for another stage. So like surgicaling stage there or something didn't matter either. We'd always draw another answer for this Marilage. This one gonna like let me draw a Wasteland. Yeah. Come on, deck. I believe in you. We tried so hard for this. Oh, we're still alive. Opponent getting to work on my face here. Not looking good, but we're gonna lose this game kicking and screaming. I will not go quietly into that good night. Opponent does need to expend some number of resources on a batter skull. Oh, that Crossing Grip, rude. I guess that is some number of resources. We need to draw Rest in Peace, like, exactly this turn or something, I think, to beat this Punishing Fire. I think that's, like, the only thing we can do. Even then, they still have, like, a Molten Vortex in their deck, too. Which is not good for me. Oh, fuck, they drew their third tracker, too. Jesus. Yeah, now we're dead. We tried our damnedest, chat. They drew the Crossing Grip and the Tracker in their, like, 20-card deck. Which was rather unfortunate. Yeah, I think my opponent just, like, actually has lethal. This looks like enough mana for probably lethal. And if not lethal over 2 turns, because I won't be able to draw a card that will both beat their Punishing Fires and kill their Tireless Tracker. Also, this looks like it might just be lethal by itself. Yeah, because they have Barbering too. I think they can P-Fire. Yeah, they just P-Fire Barbering me. Dang it. We tried. We tried our fucking hardest to win that goddamn game. Oh yeah, we were just not finding Rest in Peace in like a million years. Yeah, we were pretty fucking dead. Alright, well, 4-1's not bad. Definitely not bad. That was a Molda 5 against lands, if I recall. Like, way back at the start of that game when I said my only plan was cast Prelate on 2 and hope it works. Which it did not. It definitely did not. We plowed 3 Merit Lages. Chests. We're not opening chests. Get out of here, Yaz. Opening chests is bad EV. I only have 41 of those. We don't do these Magic Online player rewards packs. I always forget these things just like randomly pop up on your account every once in a while. I don't think you think you can sell them, but they're like very cheap or something. I'm not opening chests. Get out here, guys. Where were you guys when I was stressing over that lands matchup that just was super unwinnable, but we somehow almost managed to come back, but then got buried by the Crossing Grip into Tireless Tracker. My opponent had drawn like garbage instead of those 2 cards. We might have actually been able to do something with Batter Skull, stalling him a bunch. I don't care about chests, but yeah, you guys suck. Get out of here. I'm gonna open to one of these players' rewards packs. We're gonna keep the others for a different stream. Open 1. I just care that doesn't. Yeah, it's bad EV. Ooh, we got a little danger noodle. Noose Constrictor. Alright, yeah, I'm done. I'm not opening these things. I gotta record that last match because land's slow. We got 0-2. Wow, weird. My lands matchup is just straight split down the middle. 3 2-0s, 3 0-2s. 6 matches, 3 wins. Why no happiness? I'm tired. It's 12:30 and I just had like to tax my brain like no other, trying to desperately snatch victory from the jaws of defeat against that lands player, who I feel like just actively tried to lose the game at different points. Like, made some like pretty suboptimal plays and let me have a chance of dragging myself back into the game. Like, if we had actually found Rest in Peace at some point during that, like snipe their punishing fire, I don't know. They like went for Merit Lage at like very weird times, but could not get there. Couldn't close. Would have been good to draw Howled Spirit Keeper, but I think I boarded them out. Yeah, that wall things there too. These things don't do anything. Orim's Chant. Hey, Legacy playable. Strangler, you guys. Cool. Sometimes you don't always text your opponents. Yeah, sometimes you text yourself. Anyway, let's get into stream spiel here and find someone to host. mtgstreams.com. Legacy. Romario's playing. Let's just host Romario Vidal. It's like my go-to host guy because he's always on and playing Legacy after me. Playing High Tide. The fuck? Anyway, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out today. Hope you had a good time. If you want to support the channel some more, you can follow, subscribe, or donate. Follows are totally free, help you know when I'm going live, and help other people find my content. Subscriptions get you a sweet Thalia emote and Raven-themed subscription badge in the chat. Donations, I would be more than happy to play a Death and Taxes deck you want to see run through a league. Just let me know. Format, color splash, deck list, whatever. Just let me know beforehand. You can also subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me on Twitter. YouTube is where I post all my archives of the streams after they're done. So just a ton of backlogged Death and Taxes footage there for your viewing pleasure. Twitter is where I post when I'm going live for streams, as well as like paper results updates as I progress through paper tournaments. Last but not least, thank you so much to Cardboard Live, the people that have the sweet deck list extension that you see on your screen. It also works on mobile. So if there's like a little puzzle piece button somewhere on your mobile device, you can usually see the deck list during the Twitch streams. Or if you're on desktop, there should be like a button in like the bottom of your screen to enable it, and then like no other side, the deck list in like the middle of the left-hand side screen. Anyway, Cardboard Live is really cool. That's gonna be it for tonight. Hope you all have a good morning, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, and enjoy some more Legacy, because we're gonna go host Romario. Catch you guys all tomorrow.